So, hello everyone. Our project is about comparing diffusion model variants for the ImageNet 100 dataset image generation.
So our project focuses on improving class conditional image generation with diffusion models. The main challenge is that standard pixel space diffusion, such as DDPM, can generate high-quality images, but it is computationally expensive because it requires many denoising steps. To study this trade-off, we build a progressive pipeline. We start with DDPM as the baseline, then add DDIM for faster sampling. Next, we move diffusion into a very latent space to reduce generation complexity. And finally, we add classifier-free guidance to improve the class control. Our final goal is to compare those diffusion variants and generate 5,000 images across 100 ImageNet classes. This matters because high-quality generation can support data augmentation, creative content generation, and visual understanding. But producing images that are both diverse and semantically correct is still challenging.
So, we use the ImageNet 100 dataset as our model training on. It contains 100 object classes and approximately 130,000 training images and it also provides real image samples for the model to learn the underlying data distribution. Second, it also supports both conditional and unconditional generation. So here are the models. So the DPM is the baseline. It follows a Markovian process. It learns to reverse a gradual noising process, but sampling is very slow. And the DIM reuses the same trained denoiser, but uses a faster non-Markovian sampling path. For the latent diffusion, we move diffusion into the VAE latent space. The VAE compresses images with a scaling factor of 0.1845 to stabilize the noise schedule, reducing computational costs significantly. And finally, the classifier-free guidance teaches the model both conditionally and unconditionally denoising by random sampling, a random dropping 10% class labels. And at inference, we apply a guidance scale of 3.0 to improve class significance across all 100 classes. And the UNet follows an encoder bottleneck decoder structure, and the ITB is diffusion transformer base. It uses scalable self-attention across all patches in the latent space, and this is better at capturing long-range dependencies compared to UNet's local convolutions. And this table summarizes all 5 model variants based on different model structure and the different conditioning status. We can compare different variants. And this slide shows the two pipelines side by side. On the left is the pixel space pipeline used by our DDPM and DDIM models. The noise goes directly into the UNet denoiser and outputs an image. On the right is the latent pipeline used by our 3 latent models. The image is first encoded by the VAE with the scaling factor as 0.1845 into a compact latent space and then denoised by either UNet or DITB with class conditioning via CFG. And finally, we can get the image in the original resolution.
And for evaluation, we mainly use two standard metrics, FID and inception score. First, FID measures how close the generated image distribution is to the real image distribution. Second, we use inception score as a complementary metric. It checks whether each generated image can be confidently classified and whether the whole generated set covers diverse classes. For our loss function, it is a simplified DDPM noise prediction loss. The key idea is that the model does not directly generate a clean image. Instead, we add Gaussian noise into the image and train the model to predict that noise at each time step. For our results, DDPM and DDIM achieve a similar inception score, but the DDIM have a slightly higher FID. This suggests that DDIM can speed up sampling and also increase distribution matching quality. For latent DDPM and latent CFG, these are our expected ranges. For the final model, latent DIT, the current FID is a little high at epoch 5, but this is still at an early training result. And after full training, we expect this model to outperform the previous 4 models because the transformer-based structure should have stronger modeling capacity and in the latent space. And for our conclusions, first, DDIM makes inference about 4 times faster than DDPM and brings an FID increase. So DDIM is a more efficient model to get better results. Second, latent diffusion makes the model much more computationally efficient. And third, by combining DIT and with classifier-free guidance, we improve the model's ability to follow class labels during generation. And finally, the cosine beta schedule and BF16 precision further improve training efficiency and generation quality.